Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and we're going to do the pricing breakdown for this week's pre-orders and just a little comparison to previous prices, or as close that we had previously. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and warcry content as well. That being said, let's jump right in. So I was pretty much dead on with the majority of my speculation for the price increases. Obviously, Games Workshop has essentially said that, with the exception of some starter sets, that they would be raising prices on pretty much everything starting in the beginning of March. They said that most things would be going up 5%, and that we would see a lot of the publications or paper type materials going up 10%, and then just a few select items like Blood Bowl teams and things like that going up 20%. So let's take a look at this week's pricing and kind of see where that all stacks up. And then I will do a follow-up video in a little more detail after this one, just kind of comparing some of the old prices, etc., just a little more accurately. So here we have the two codexes. So we see the typical codex and then also the limited edition special cover codex. So just looking at the official pricing on this, we have the regular codex coming in at $55 USD. And we have the collector's edition coming in at $90 USD. So typical codexes were $50 in the past. So coming in at $55, that is exactly a 10% increase. And then I was right about the special edition codexes as well. They typically come in at $80. So I figured they weren't just going to do a 10% increase and make them $88. I figured they would just round it off and make it $90, which they did. So the special edition codex is about 12% increase. The regular codex is right in line with what they said, about 10%. So 55 and 90 for the codexes. And then basically the way they have said it already, we can assume that all other codexes that are previously released or available will be jumping up as well. So the other codexes that you could have or could still get for $50, we can count on them going up to $55 each. So if there's one that you need, might want to grab it before the prices kick in. So here we have the MAUGAN Raw model. So just looking at the official prices on MAUGAN Raw, so we see this is the new Aeldari Lord coming in at $45 for MAUGAN Raw. So the closest thing we have to compare for a new sculpt currently existing Phoenix Lord would be Jane Zar, who is the Howling Banshee Phoenix Lord. She is currently priced at $40. Same with like Drazar, Lilith Hesbrex, some of the other similar new Elven models. So they were previously $40, so an increase from $40 to $45 is $4 would be 10%. So it's about 12.5% roughly. So a little more than the 5% that they were claiming, or even the 10%. So 45. So again, we can expect all those other characters to be going up to 45 as well, as they tend to keep characters similar, sculpts, etc. In line closer together. Now we do have actually an old version of MAUGAN Raw as well. But again, we'll do another video where we kind of compare some of the previous like older units and sculpts, etc. to them. So here we have the new Dark Reapers coming out here. 5 in the kit plus a little statue. So for the Dark Reapers new pricing, we know that the closest thing that we had available currently is the Howling Banshees, the most recently released Aspect Warriors. And then those were coming in at 55. So in this case, the Dark Reapers are going up to 60. So from 55 to 60, a little less than 10% in this case. But again, obviously, all these have been more than 5%, which Games Workshop was claiming. So from 55 to 60, an extra $5. And then again, we can assume that the Banshees will be going up to $60, as they are very similar kit, newer sculpts, and of course Aspect Warriors as well. So we're looking at probably a $5 raise on them as well. So $60 for the Dark Reapers. Then next we have the 2-pack of Warlocks. So I was a little curious on this one, trying to hope for the best. We know that the closest thing we have previously is just the old metal Warlock sculpts. Now they were $15 each. We obviously got 2 in a pack for this. So that would be the equivalent of $30 for 2 of the old metal warlocks. Or they did actually have a Farseer with 3 warlocks that all came together previously, which was $33. Now, obviously, that's, old and unrealistic, but that was a pretty good deal. So for these warlocks, the new sculpts, we're going to see 2 in a pack for $55. So over the other, if you bought 2 of the old warlocks, it was $30. So going up to 2 of these is $55. That is almost a double. That is almost 100% price increase. Now, again, that is not an accurate price comparison because we're talking about an old metal sculpt versus a new kit. So if we think about that as just one warlock, 55 divided by 2 is $27.50. So you're paying $27.50 for each one of these warlocks. So you're basically just under like a typical Space Marine character or something like this for these, as we typically see a lot of those characters coming in at like 30 or 35. So getting maybe a couple dollars off by getting 2 of these in a set, but definitely on the pricier side. Cool kit, some options. They look nice. Again, a little on the higher end for me there. So next we have the Guardians. So obviously there's an old Guardian set. Now it's going to be tough to do a accurate comparison on these because the previous Guardian set only came with the Defenders. So you got this turret with it, and you got all the weapons we see pictured, 10 of them with shuriken catapults. So it was a very comparable kit. The old kit was $40, and we know that these Guardians for the same 10 are going up to $55. So again, we're seeing from $40 to $55. That's a $15 price increase, which is, $4 would be 10%, $8 would be 20%. So we're seeing almost a 40% price increase on the Guardians. Now, because this now creates a second turret that was previously not available and also comes with the pistols and swords, which normally was like previously an upgrade pack, it does make the comparison a little different. Because if you were to buy the old Guardian pack and you were going to make the Storm Guardians, it would be 40 plus the 15 for the upgrade sprues. So you would end up at 55 anyway, which is the same price for these. So yeah, it's a pretty big price jump from the previous set, but depending what direction you were going with it and how you wanted to compare it, you could argue that it's not a 40% jump as it initially appears to be. So now the dice and data cards, again, went ahead and speculated on this. All the previous dice have come in at $35 per set, and all the data cards have come in at $25 per set. And now we're seeing the dice go up to $38 per set, and the data cards going up to $29 per set. So we are seeing a 20% increase on the data cards. Previously they were $25, so a 20% increase is a $5 hike, and they're going to $29. So it's a little less than 20%, but much higher than the 10% that we were initially told. And then, of course, the dice going from 35 to 38 is about it's a $3 increase. So not quite 10%, as going from 35 to 38.50 would be a 10% increase. So again, we're seeing all of these come in well above the 5% increase that Games Workshop was essentially saying. And we're seeing all the papers and books and everything, with the exception of the actual codex itself, coming in well over the 10% that they said on publications. So, but there we have those. And then we now have the Triumvirate of Ynid. We have the Guardian, the Visarch, and then we have the Yncarne, all available separately now. Now, previously, this kit hasn't been available for a little while now, and previously this kit was around like $75 to $90, depending. You definitely got a little bit of a bonus, all of it together, and then obviously, now they're going to be available separately, so we would expect some kind of increase plus the price increase. So looking at these ones, the Yncarne is, Yvraine first is coming in at $38, so it'll be $38 for Yvraine. So we're seeing her actually come in slightly more expensive than the Warlocks. So we know the Warlocks are coming in at $27.50. We know she's coming in at $38. We know that MAUGAN Raw is coming in at $45. So she's sort of in between like your Warlocks or Space Marine character and your autarch, or I'm sorry, exarch. So, no, not exarch. Phoenix Lord. That's the one. So $38 for her. And then obviously she is on a larger base. She does have like her little companion. So next we have the Visarch. So again, the Visarch was not previously available, so we don't have a great comparison here, but he is going to be coming in at $33.50. So the Visarch is essentially coming in at the same price as a Space Marine character. He's a nice sculpt, nice looking model and everything. So this one doesn't really surprise me. Honestly, these are older sculpts for sure, but I would not have been surprised to see GW move these all up to 40, to tell you the truth. So, and then last but not least, we have the Yncarne. Again, not previously available, so we don't really have a comparison. This is a much larger model and has a bunch of like the little crazy like fire going on here and everything. But we see this model coming in at $50. So $50 for the Yncarne. So if we were to total up the Yncarne plus the Visarch, that is 50 plus 33.50, 83.50, and then we add in Yvraine, that is 121.50. Did I do that right? 50, 88, 90, 150, 121.50. Yeah, so 121.50 for the complete triumvirate of Ynid, as it was previously boxed, but now obviously only available sold separately. So again, we don't have a exact way to compare the price, because previously you would have gotten some kind of discount for getting all the characters together, and then obviously we have the price hikes kind of coming in as well. So overall, that is our pricing for this week. So we see the Dark Reapers at 60, the Eldar Guardians at 55, the Warlock 2-pack at 55, MAUGAN Ra at 45, the Codex at 55, the Special Edition Codex at 90. We see the data cards coming in at $29. We see the dice coming in at $38, and then we see Yncarne at 50, the Visarch at $33.50, and Yvraine at $38. So overall, pretty much came in line with what I was suspecting. All of these things are well above what Games Workshop said, with the exception of the book. They said 5% increases across the board, some slightly higher, and then they said 10% on the books and 20% on some of the Blood Bowl teams. So in my opinion, very deceptive, but not surprising, to tell you the truth. Right in line with what I was expecting. So overall, a little disappointing, but not surprising. And then obviously this gives us a pretty good idea what we can expect for current prices to actually look like. So hopefully this will give you that last opportunity to purchase something at the prices before they go up, if there's something that you're missing, knowing that it's probably not just going to be a 5% price rise on whatever it is you want. If you were looking to get your Jane Czar, it's going to be about a 12.5% price increase. Of course, she is sold out currently. If you were looking to get, say, the old Dark Reapers or something like that, or the old Guardians or whatever, you can kind of compare all the old codexes. If they were previously $50, you can buy them now, save that $5. But if you wait, they are more than likely, with almost certainty, going up to $55. So, and then same thing with the cards. We know all the cards and the dice. We know what they're going to go up to. They're all going to be the same price. So, and realistically, a little disappointing. Probably not going to break the bank for most people. But again, another series of price hikes. Another deceptive statement by Games Workshop, saying 5%. I don't think we saw anything go up 5%. Everything was much closer to 10 or higher percentage. But again, not surprising, as they are rather deceptive in general. So, but that is it. I will do a deep dive on some of this other stuff, talk a little bit more about it and some of the comparisons in a separate video, but I did just want to come out with this one. So get your stuff that is already available at the discount while you can, or else, and by discount I mean the current prices, or else at least now we know what to brace for and what we can basically expect across the board for the rest of these models. So I think, just to be safe, expect 10% on everything, just in general. So But that is it for today. Let me know what you think down below. Is this surprising to you? Is this disappointing? I know most people are, adults that are probably making a decent amount of money to begin with. So not really that big of a deal. Do you think this is going to steer some people away from the hobby, make it harder for less fortunate people or younger people to play the game or expand into the game? Are you more likely to pick up a printer now? Are you already given up on Games Workshop and printing regardless? Are you more likely to, do things that you shouldn't do, as far as pirating books and, models, etc.? Just curious what other people's opinions are on this stuff. I am not surprised, but a little bit disappointed. I do really like to hear from the community. Obviously, just kind of breaking this price stuff to everyone. So let me know what you think. I love hearing your feedback and everything. If you are new to the channel, we always do prices every single week, show them off at a time so we can know what we want to pre-order and, what is going to be available at what price. And then also this is a big one too, because it gives you that opportunity to lock in some things before the prices kick up for, the new price increases that we were told about. So, but make sure that you like and subscribe, share it with your friends if you're new to the channel. Definitely helps with the algorithm and growth. Obviously, comment down below as I like to hear from you. You know that you can tune in for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and of course warcry content as well. We are a commission studio, so I will be showing off a commission that we're finishing up very shortly, and they look absolutely fantastic, and I love to show those off always. And then of course we do regular videos on conversions, painting tutorials, magnetization, lighting, and pretty much anything else hobby-wise, right in line with our tabletop war games. So that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man. Let me know what you think, and I'm out of here.